Yo, this tweet banged, bro. It banged.
Cinna, I feel like streamers look at subs and views when deciding who to collab with.
No, I think that's not true. I think it's actually really not true. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, no, let me not say that. There are some streamers that do that. There are some streamers that do that. There are a lot of streamers that do that, probably. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do think though, there's a little bit, how do I say this? There's a weird, what is it? There's a weird dynamic when it comes to collabing and streaming that a lot of people don't understand. Okay, there's a lot of weird dynamics that go on with streaming that, like, some people look at subs and stuff like that when they want to collab with people, right? Some people do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. There are some creators that have, you know, that have gigantic communities and giant streams.
Weather is perfect this time of year.
And there's been communities that have smaller communities and smaller streams than me, and I've collabed with both. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it kind of depends on who you are, but I also do think, like, for example, right? Like, bro, people are shit on people for doing collabs that are people that are bigger than them all the time. A good example of this is Kai. For the life of me, like, I wish I could genuinely understand the brain of somebody. I don't. Why is this on my screen? Oh my God, that pissed me off when I looked over. That made me so mad. Did that not make you angry when you saw it? I didn't even know what I was looking at, and then I saw it, and it actually just that actually pissed me the fuck off. Oh my God. What was that? What was that? Okay. Anyways, listen. It made me blind. But I feel like that's not fair to do, right? Because, like, sometimes as a creator,
Cinna, we want to hear the song Smile link.
No. I'm in the middle of something. I'll get to it later, but thank you. Anyways, so like I was saying, I think it's kind of like a weird dynamic, right? Because you're an idiot. I think it's a weird dynamic because, like, for example, when I was growing as a creator, a lot of people, right, wanted me to collab with, I don't know, Valkyrie, okay? So I collab with Valkyrie. Me and Valkyrie become friends. I just collab with her because people, when you're growing as a creator, they want to see you collab with bigger creators. That's so normal in the space. That's very, very normal. And it's weird because I've seen this, like, weird shift where, like, who's a good example of this? I'll give streamers from Streamer U. Like, streamers from Streamer U get shit on for collabing with bigger streamers. And then you'll see comments being like, oh my God, this person's a clout demon. This person's this, person's that. Bro, I think it's, like, so normal to want to grow as a creator and grow and collab with bigger creators. The difference is if you're like, oh, then you think you're too good for other people. You know what I mean? Because I think that's the difference. You can want to grow, and, like, Arky, for example, like, people used to shit on Arky for wanting to
collab with a 100 viewer streamer.
Would you make time collab? Yeah, but it also, here's the other thing though that people don't think about, and this is real, right? This is a real. Okay, I'm gonna actually, like, break down a wall. I'm gonna break a wall for you. Okay, people aren't gonna like that I'm breaking this wall because it's gonna break down a lot of immersion for you. But I'm gonna keep it real, and for a lot of smaller creators, this is truth. Okay, if I don't know you, okay, let me give an example. If I don't know you and I have a guy who DMs me in my DMs and he says, Cinna, will you collab with me? You know what I mean? And I have no idea who this person is. And they don't send me anything they want to do. They don't tell me what they want to do. They don't say what it is that their content idea is, nothing. I'm probably not going to respond to that, right? Because I can't even verify who you are as a person. You could dead ass be canceled in a week and I have no idea. You know what I mean? And I genuinely have no idea. But it's a lot easier when I know someone, like, for example, I live with Bonnie, so it's a bad example, right? But let's say Bonnie and I didn't live together. Bonnie and I have mutual friends. We're all in the same friend group. So I can probably verify or not whether she's a good person. You know what I mean? Before I go and do something. You know what I mean? That's that. Now, there's been situations behind the scenes where somebody will send me, like, they've sent me, what is it? They sent me school projects they want to do. They've done streams and they're like, hey, can you do the stream? I've done those before. Like, that's no problem. But a lot of times when I do that, it's because they've been in my community for a long time and I know them. Do you know what I mean? I know who they are. I can verify that, hey, I've seen them around. And even though they're not a super big creator yet, I can see the potential. You know what I mean? And it makes it a little harder because sometimes I think as smaller creators, I gave this advice the other day. Everybody wants to always, of course, like as a small creator, bro, you want to DM Pokey and be like, Pokey, it'd be crazy if you got on a stream with me, wouldn't it? But like, you got to remember, like, you don't have like a reputation yet, right? And so just as much as you're looking out for yourself and wanting to do a collab for you, other creators have to do the same for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean that you're a bad, like, I'm not sitting there and being like, oh, you're inherently just a bad person, right? You'd be a really good person, but it's not as simple as being like, oh, come over here and let's do this. And that's easy. Bro, let me tell you, I'm spilling loose tea because my mods know I'm loose tea in it. Do you know how many mods I have had in the past? You know what I mean? Do what I consider to be some crazy shit and me have to be like, you know what I mean? Distance. You know what I mean? Like distance. And Fluffy has been around for years. You know what I mean? Fluffy has been around for years. Fluffy can tell you. That alone will make somebody be like, bro, Pokey's talking about like mods being weird, stuff like that. Like, I'm telling you, it's more so not a thing of like, what's it called? Would you make time? And it's always more so about like, who is this person that is approaching you and like, what are they asking you to do? Right. Cause like, God forbid, you know, I would never want to like, bro, collab with somebody on their video. And then next thing you know, just like that interview that I did, I thought that I was doing an interview with a guy who is genuinely nice at the gym. Like, genuinely nice. Come to find out, he comes up to me and tries to make a fat joke. You know what I mean? And shame women. And like, you don't think as a creator, I'm like, fuck, I should have just never even interacted with him. But I thought that I was being nice. Like, it just kind of depends. It's not that simple. I think streaming is 99% networking. Okay, I hate, it's such a long segment, so I'm just going to talk quick. I gave...
Do you think there are gatekeepers in the industry?
For sure. I think there are gatekeepers in the industry. I think there's gatekeepers in any industry. I think any job that you go in, it doesn't matter where you go. You could work at a McDonald's. There will be a manager that probably thinks they're the best manager and doesn't want you to be the manager. That is in every single industry. It is not streamer specific. Anybody that says it is, you are lying. It is every single industry. It exists. It is the way that you navigate and break down those walls. Because me, the advice that I'm giving to everybody, I'll give to you, which is like real advice, which is, as a creator, you should like genuinely want to collab with people that are your size. Because when two communities combine together, they are stronger. Okay? You are stronger. You are stronger as a unit. You make friends. I have so many friends that I've made through the streaming industry that are still my friends to this day. Squalla, who's in my chat, I have literally known since I was a smaller streamer than him. I knew Squalla when I was a 3-viewer streamer. That's what I'm saying. Like, and these people I've known for years and they're all still my friends. And like, it's been awesome to be their friends. And it's been an honor to be all these people's friends because they're amazing people that I've met. And I think a lot of people sometimes get into content creation and just like the bots, you get tunnel vision and you're like, oh, I have to right now be at the top. So I'm going to go DM Agent and send this and da-da-da-da. But yo, like Agent probably is doing 50 other things. You know what I mean? He might not have time to look at his DMs and then get back to you. And that's not a personal dig at you. He might just be busy. You know what I mean? So that being said, like, it's better when you collab with people that are your size because you'll grow together and then be like, oh, wow, this is fucking awesome. Like, not only do you make friends, but like you do that. And also, I've said this a million times. Anybody who shames you for networking is cringe. It's truth. Sorry, I cued this music. Anybody who shames you for networking is cringe. That's so dumb. Networking is literally how you do anything in real life. You network in any other job that you're in. And it's a normal fucking thing to do. It is so normal. You should genuinely, chat, if you want to grow, you should network. You should. There are very few people in this industry who have ever made it without networking. Genuinely, very, very few. Very, very few. I don't even know how we got on the topic of this, to be honest with you. We were talking about the botting thing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna see an XQC hate thread. I'm really sorry, XQC. Okay, I swear, I'm sorry. I don't want drama. I'm a good noodle. I'm a good noodle. You know what I mean? I'm a really good noodle. I promise. I promise. So that's it. It just depends. Like, not everything is so black and white in the streamer industry. You know what I mean? It's just not. It's not that. The goodest the noodles. That's what I'm saying.
Cinna, has any streamers ever sneaked you behind your back, and how do you deal with it?
Snaked you behind your back? I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't interact. I can't be bothered to care. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've had people that have snaked me in my life, and I cannot be bothered to care. I can care for about an hour, and then I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. Genuinely, that's how I feel. Like, I just can't be bothered to care. And if you really love what you do, like I love my job. I love everything. I have way too much to lose to ever risk it beefing with someone else. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I just can't care. I just cannot care. It's not worth my time. Bro, I told you, I've never even been in streamer beef. I wish I had been in streamer beef, but I've never even been in streamer beef. And I don't think that I could ever be in streamer beef because I just don't care. I just don't care. You know what I mean? I'm not able to care. I'm not able to care. We can start today. Is Saikuno live?
When you die, you lose everything.
Yo, Saikuno, watch your back.
The sodium, man, I'm dead. I'm actually dead.
And he almost.
Maybe we'll find some. Over there. I see the sodium, guys.
Cinna is running the female mess. Her content is so focused on interacting with other streamers and yapping. Yo, do me a favor. Do this. Carl, pop it out. Please. Pop it out. Genuinely. If you think that he's the only person who's ever interacted or collabed with people, you know what I mean? You're so tunnel vision mind that you can't understand that people are interacting. It is what it is. That's so tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? Pop it out, please. That's actually the biggest dick suck I've seen in a while. That's large dick suck. That's large dick suck. It is. Yeah, chat. No, we're not doing that. All right, listen.